What's up everybody, and welcome back to another 100 runs video where I go over loot that I received from 100 runs of a dungeon. So today we are actually going over one of my favorite dungeons ever. We are going over BFD. So this one is one of the dungeons where I feel like if you're just starting out with making gold, it is one of the perfect dungeons to go to because you get a lot of really good items. So that being said, let's start with all of the greens that you can get. So these right here, this is my bag of green items. So real quick, let's start from the top. I got 4 of these rigid bucklers, which are not crazy, but they are 8.7k region. I received 3 of these grunts pauldrons, which are 7.2k. I received 2 of these right here, which are pretty sweet actually, 87k. I feel like that might be a tiny bit fake value, so I'm probably gonna sell it. It looks like my server, I'm on a high pop, but it looks like my server is still at 56k, so we'll see. I'm curious. I'm not sure it's going to sell at that high of a price. Speaking of fake value, this is like, oh man, I don't know if I'm going to sell it for this much, and I don't even know how to pronounce this, so bear with me. Sanguine armor, 169k region. There is no way that I'm going to be able to sell it for that much. Looks like there is 150k on my server too, so I'm very skeptical of selling it for that much. I have feral harness right here, just received 1 of them, 7k. 15k for the prospector's chest piece. I always like that one. 10k region for mystic robes, only received 1. 11k wrangler's gloves. Ritual shroud, nothing too crazy. Here's a pagan's wraps, 34k, not too bad there. Received 4 of these grunts leggards, 14k. I like that one too. The rest of these are just kind of, there's one for 21k, this rain collar cloak. The rest of these are 8 to 14k. There's a 9k spiked chain cloak. So what I did want to point out though is these items right here, these rings. So I received them out of the treasure chests because BFD generally has 2 chests per dungeon. And if you loot an item from a chest, it still retains like the original level of the dungeon. So for example, right here, this meadow ring is level 17 or requires level 17. So this one would actually be really good for someone leveling up. So it will probably sell at that 6k mark, as opposed to if you get it from just a random mob in the dungeon, it's going to be around level 50 or so, which kind of makes it useless when you want something from like 19, 17, like that range there. So I'm pretty pleased. I got this demon band too. So it sells for about 7.6k on my server and 3.3k region. But I know what you guys really want to see is all of the blues that I got. So let's click over to that tab. All right, so from the top, we got 3 of these tree bark jackets, 36k region. Pretty awesome. I received 2 of these crested scepters, 88k. I was very happy when those dropped for sure. I had a really good run actually. So real quick, let's stop going over my loot. I had a really good run of BFD actually, where I think I ended up with 350k region market, which is just crazy. I think I got a crested scepter to drop and maybe 2 or 3 other blues. So I received, speaking of really good runs, I received 4 of these grim claws, which is 35k region market. I received 2 of these staff of the blessed seers, which is 7.2k region. I received 3 of the staff of the friar, 31k, pretty awesome. I received 3 of the martyr's chain too. So I am just like rolling in the gold at this point, right? So then I did also, outside of the dungeon specific blues, and I guess I do have just a couple in here as well, Ring of Precision. This one I'm very skeptical of because it is, as I was saying earlier, it is a level 60. So I'm not entirely sure anyone's going to be interested in buying it for the purpose of equipping it and using it. So I'm very skeptical of being able to sell that one. Feet of the Lynx, 19k. Firebane Cloak, this one's a bad one. We don't need to talk about it. Doomspike, 23k. That's one of the dungeon specific blues. Twisted Chanter's Staff, 5k. Ranger Bow, 8k. And Onyx Claymore, another dungeon-specific blue, is 56, almost 57k region. So overall, that was a very, very, very nice run of 100 runs of BFD. But I know what you guys really want to know is how much gold did I make? So let's use our handy dandy macro. I'm so happy I got it working. So we made 1,191,754 gold. That means that for each 10 runs, I was making, on average, 119k, which is pretty wonderful. Pretty phenomenal, you could say. So I really, really think BFD is one of those dungeons that if you are just starting out making gold, you want to go do. And maybe it's really hard to say that you're going to get the same loot that I will, because I tend to get very lucky in some of these dungeons. And so I don't want it to seem like you watch my video and then you go get absolutely nothing. Like, this is just an example, like a sample run of 100 runs. So we'll do some other videos. I'm sure at some point I'm going to come back to BFD and maybe I'll get nothing. Maybe I'll get 10 more blues that I didn't get this time around. So it's really, it varies so much. So don't think that you're going to get the same amount, or maybe you're going to get even more than me. Maybe you're going to get crazy lucky. And I want you, if you get crazy lucky in BFD, I want to know. I want you to write down in the comments if you get crazy lucky. But that being said, guys, I really like BFD. I hope you guys go try it out if you haven't already. It is not a scary dungeon. I actually have a guide. So there are some particular things about BFD. So I do have a guide, and I will link it up that way. I got it this time. So I hope you guys go use that guide. I hope you are inspired to go run BFD, but that's it. So thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video and want to see more videos like this, then consider subscribing and hitting that bell button for alerts on all new content. And if you don't want to wait, I'm actually on Twitch as well. I'm under the name Seathrift. I will add a link in the description below. I host loot appraiser challenges 5 days a week, and I give away pets every weekend. So I hope that I see you there. Bye, guys.